Yeah. Yo. Welcome to another episode of Gray Chillin. I am Lamite Mar, and I'm joined with the Hall of Famer, Donovan Travis.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, shit. Today we're going to do a little centers review. We're going to talk about kids and technology and building resilience, mental resilience. And then we're going to do a sports recap. I've been advocating for a little bit, health insurance for Ravens fans. How much should a city be responsible for the health and welfare of its people?
You saying there's an online, like, a form to fill out and shit?
Yeah.
And then send you a check in the mail, like the government?
No,
What's your symptoms? You click it down, your symptoms and shit? Add symptoms.
Because, bro, like, you watching the game and everybody's getting stressed out.
I knew they weren't going to beat them Lions. Lions is tough, man. Like I said,
the Lions are great, but the way we losing, the way we look, we on 4th and goal or 1st and goal at the 1 yard line, and we can't get the ball across the goal line, right?
Yeah.
We can't get the ball across the goal line. And then the way the fourth down ended.
Please.
Bro, and it's like 10:30 at night. I'm about to go to sleep. So then this is just one instance. We're not talking about the multiple back-to-back postseasons. We're talking about during the regular season. People out here, this is Baltimore. This is not LA. People out here are working and dying for their money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To get to these games, taking their kids, paying for multiple streaming services. People are surviving and thriving and trying to get to the games to see that. And I'm like, why? It becomes stressful. And then, heart rate, blood pressure, so anxiety,
hypertension. They used to serve everybody with, like, blood pressure medicine when they go through the gate. And, like, the nursing homes when they go out with the trays.
And, it replaced the hot dog stands and all that, with, like, pharmaceuticals.
They got that egg, the egg you sit in.
And then you start putting pharmacy tents out there, yo. This is crazy. This week, Chiefs. I mean, tell me more about your Chiefs, though. What's up? What's popping, though, yo? How you been, yo? So that's all I wanted to start on with, is teams being responsible for the fans' mental and physical well-being. This shit is ridiculous, right?
I knew they were gonna have trouble to get some Lions, and then once I heard, I forget your D tackle name, Megabuke wasn't playing. I'm like, oh, they about to run it, and you guys got outrushed 224 to 85. It looked like it, and then that long second quarter drive. Listen, I played football. Ain't nothing worse than a 10+ drive on you. Like, you're so close, they're down, they convert again. Then the linemen start getting hype. You're like, oh man, here we go. And then they score. Dang, I know they tired. But yeah. I was happy for Andrews. Andrews looked pretty nice. I think Lamar Jackson did as much as he could. My thing is, I don't think anybody wants to kick field goals no more, right? Just kick a field goal, get some points on the board. It's okay. You just gotta get some points on the board. But Henry fumbling it again. Man, I feel bad for him, man. There's going to be a spotlight on him. But 17 in the 4th quarter, that's a lot of points. A lot of people are not closing out games. So we'll see what happens, especially with your next opponents. You play my Chiefs, you see me in the background. That's going to be a good game. Hopefully, I think y'all going to smack us, honestly. But then you guys have the Texans and the Rams behind that. So you guys should be good for at least the next couple weeks, at least, to win.
Yeah, the Texans, I don't know what the hell's wrong with them. Did CJ Stroud drop off? What is up with that?
I have no idea. I know the murmur around here is they pissed off. The energy's gonna be empty. They keep playing around.
Stadium gonna be empty.
Right. You're gonna put like Beyonce on Sunday or something to get people in there.
But right, like the Ravens can't have 85 yards rushing. It was like 50 yards from 50 yards from Derrick Henry and 35 from Lamar. Like you can't do that.
It looked good. He looked good in the beginning, but it just that fumble, and everybody's punching the ball out, and then, it's hard to defend. It's a punch,
right?
And they're not ripping it. Go ahead.
And then we got a lot of guys missing, right? Jair Alexander's
Yes,
out.
of course.
Dale Likely's out. Like you said, Adebike's out. We got guys at all levels that are out. And I don't really, I'm not a big fan of our linebacker core. This is why we love professional sports in all seriousness, right? Like you got to start to have those conversations with John Harbaugh, with Zach Orr. Like we're putting up 40 points and 30 points in losses. I saw a stat where they've scored 111 points through 3 games, which is the most of any team with a losing
Lord.
record.
And
Like
lose.
it's ridiculous. It is absolutely ridiculous. And to be 1-3, for the Ravens to be 1-3, I don't know. It's funny. I'm interested in this matchup too, man. I might get hyped this week and buy
Yeah.
me a Roquan Smith jersey. I've been a big fan of his since he joined from Chicago.
Nice.
You got the jerseys posted up back there, Kelsey Hall. Hey, tell me about this week with the Chiefs, man. What do you expect?
Man, we were talking about game or what I expect coming up this week.
Just give me your whole Chiefs breakdown, right? Because you guys did play a broken Giants team,
And that's why I
right?
don't like it. That team is awful. Everybody knows that. But I will give credit to the Giants defensive line. Burns and Lawrence ain't no joke. So that man was scrambling for his life. So, but we got to win. It wasn't cute. It wasn't pretty at all. And that's why we kind of need Worthy and Rice too. So we're missing, like you said, like your team, we're missing some good stars out there. The Giants are just horrible, bro. I mean, they went 1 for 10 from third down. Third down, it's just like a turnover if you don't get it, honestly. You can't win the game like 1-10, period. But I wasn't really impressed by that. I knew we were going to win, but it wasn't like, it was like, yay, good job, man. We got out of here with the win. Yay. I don't think anybody's spraying. I don't think anybody's yelling and going into the locker room like, hell yeah. Just like, yeah, we kind of did. It's like, we should have won that. And then if they did win, I had like a special drink. If they didn't win, it just so what you do, you can mix this with Sprite, and then so it really clears out your mind and your guts. And I don't want the morgue to do a lot of work for my body. It's gonna clear everything out.
Crazy.
And it's gonna be, it was gonna work. It was gonna work. So extra strength too. So
And some Chiefs red. Hey, that's how they need to give Raven jerseys out with heart defibrillators, yo. If I buy a Roquan Smith jersey, yo, it better come with some type of stent, right?
shit. Or come with the earpiece. I want to hear what's going on.
Yeah, all the aids. It better come with every hearing aid, patch aid.
Yeah, you can chime in. Don't you do that bullshit.
Right. I'm gonna start advocating your pick a signs for health benefits show for teams. And they keep putting it. Now I would say, Chiefs, you guys, like I said, you guys been to the bowl, what, 5 of the last 6 years, 1 through 2, 3 of them. So
Yeah.
I mean, like you ain't gonna do well on health benefits. I mean, I would not stress if I was you. I feel like at the end of the day, it's week 4 coming up. You guys shine in the playoffs. You guys
Yeah.
shine late in the season. You guys find a way to win. Kelsey and Andy Reid always be beefing, so it's not like a problem.
That's just two people who won multiple Super Bowls and commercials together, and that's like me and you fighting. You know what I mean? It's like,
Right.
going to admit by it.
The other day when the dude dropped 60 in 2K.
I was so pissed.
Hey, you said you tore the locker room up. I wanted to say something, y'all was moving, but yo, you tore the locker room to shreds, yo. Everybody
Colonel Parker came over to calm me down.
Everybody was standing in that locker cubby with their head down like this.
Trying so hard. And he kept talking too, and I was like, oh no, he can get on my skin. He knows it too. And I was like, yo, I think somebody said one more thing. I was like, I had to let that out.
Man, that dude, they patched up season 2, 2K. We talking 2K now, people. So we play on a crew called the Puns. We Xbox gang. So you come holler at us if you want to play with us or play against us. But it's always intense every week, every other day or so, but mainly on the weekends now, man. I've been so busy. I'm teaching my kid how to cut the grass yesterday, so that took up my whole afternoon. I'm
Right?
like, yo,
so I feel like, wait, you're 8 years old. Go over there, clean up something.
yeah, 9. You asking for, yeah, you asking for money, and you asking for things, and you want, well, go push the lawnmower. I said, yo, push it in a straight line. He pushing it, it's going like this. Like, yeah, start over. Let's go back.
Trying to make a design.
Yeah. Hey, yo, at one point it started. My grass was cut like all sideways, and then it started raining, and I was like, "Oh no!" So we had to stop cutting the grass. I almost thought we had to just leave it like looking all weird. I look like I said I look like radio, like Cuba Gooding Jr. when he played radio. That's how I look like.
Great movie, but I don't see
That's how my lawn was looking, yo, compared to everybody else. But we got the job done, yo. Oh my
Yeah.
God.
We'll get to the origin story of puns, which is another freaking hilarious bit.
Absolutely.
But yeah, with the locker room. Yeah, with the Chiefs, man. So hopefully we beat the Jaguars. Then we gotta play the Lions afterwards. They're gonna whoop our ass too. It doesn't feel, I don't feel comfortable. You know what I mean? It doesn't feel like the team that's not meshing very well. You know, we're not throwing any deep balls. Well, I guess we had a couple to Thornton. But we know, I think we're getting settled in. You know, it's early as week 3. They still got 14 more games. I couldn't imagine playing 17 games now.
Yeah, I
They
think when
need to
they've been
create some
doing it
roster
for so long,
numbers.
but when they've been doing it for so long, and the artist is like kind of like used to it. It's like us cutting the grass. You know what I mean? Like could do a
Yeah,
little better job out there.
yeah, you're right. They do have the resources for, like, you know, healing and, you know, medical therapy and all that stuff. So still, that's still a lot of wear and tear. I was just saw that person get knocked out. I'm like, if one of these NFL players hit me, I think I would probably fade away like Thanos and just like,
Turn straight into dust. Yeah. Yo,
how much would
yeah,
it cost for you to get hit by one of these linebackers, yo? How much did it have to pay you? It had to be, I gotta see 2 commas, bro. Oh
yeah.
my God, that's gonna hurt. You're gonna be hurt for a week.
You know, I was actually thinking about this morning. You know, could we play in the league? And obviously the answer is no. But I think that like if you, so I've thought about it like with NBA. So if I play for like a bad team like the Wizards, I wouldn't be always playing against like the best of the best because if you're playing against like the Lakers, why would you put in LeBron James against the Wizards, right?
Yeah,
Like
low manage.
you're gonna be killing them, and then after that, you're playing against like the third, fourth string. So you might be playing against like the third, maybe not you, but me if I was playing football, I'd be playing against like the third, fourth string linemen. So therefore, like,
They still nice though. Don't get it
yeah, it's still
twisted.
nice, but it's a difference getting hit by Trey Hendrickson than you know
Yeah.
somebody like from a 40 and under league, you know what I mean?
I was just curious about that, man. 'Cause I was thinking like, there's no way I would never lace up these cleats again unless I'm coaching.
Mm,
Even then, I'm walking around. Uh, but you know, some other games that were going around the league, man, that were terrible. Who's on terrible teams? Bengals. Someone getting fired.
yeah. Falcons,
Falcons. Oh, geez, I forgot about
someone getting
them.
fired.
But they are. I mean, they at least won the game. But Penix does not look good. They look like they should have kept
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins.
but to not score at any point, to not score at any points is like, damn. You know what I mean?
To the Panthers.
To Bryce Young's Panthers, no points. Zero.
Who else was terrible? Texas is bad. The Cowboys. Oh, my
The
goodness.
Cowboys are horrible. The
Lost to the
Cowboys.
Bears. Oh, my goodness, man. I forgot about this one. The Saints. That's how bad they were. I forgot.
Matter of fact, their whole NFC South to me is suspect. So the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are pretty
Resilient.
good. Yeah, they're resilient. I want to see them in more kind of challenges, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, and I guess I could say this, right? Because in the first, that's the only thing about the Ravens, right? We played the Buffalo Bills, who could probably go far in the playoffs. We played the just the other night we played the Lions, who go far in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Now, yeah, the Browns, they still got a good defense, and they beat the Browns beat the Packers. And remember,
Which is
I was
that's
talking about
crazy.
the other day or the other week, whatever. I was like, the Packers, the Bills, the Ravens, and the Packers, Bills, Ravens, and the Eagles are the top teams that I feel like could go far. And even the Eagles had a little battle with the Rams.
Yeah.
And I wrote this note down as you were speaking earlier. Yo, the field goals and the special teams. What's going on, bro? What's going on with the special teams?
I don't think he's what, probably like 6'7", 6'6".
Who's that?
Carter or Davis, whoever blocked. I think it's
That blocked the field goal?
yeah. I mean, his reach too, but like they're kicking very, very low. Um, I'm not a professional kicker or nothing like that, but I'm pretty sure it's supposed to be a high pitch, and I think they're going like slowly lower because sometimes they're kicking from farther. When we talk about the kicking game later, like this is probably gonna be a 70-yard field goal. I mean, the Lions tried to get a 67. That would have been good too, I think, if it wasn't to the left against the Ravens.
67.
But
It's crazy.
they blocked 2 field goals.
It's wild. It used to be like 67 was unheard of, yo. We used to
Yeah,
punt that.
Tucker did it right. And then
Tucker had like a 65-yard or
I
something like that.
think Janikowski started like the attempting. I think he tried something
Janikowski.
crazy.
Yeah.
And then Tucker made it, and then like I said, that guy on the Lions, he 67, and it looked pretty decent. Oh, dang, he's actually pretty close. So that's real scary, man. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with these blocked field goals. I don't know why they're not kicking more field goals on 4th down. Like I'm watching the highlights of the Giants. They could have just kicked the field goal because the points on the board, but analytics says 4th and 3, go. I know we lost the game, but analytically we won. Well, keep my job.
Now let me ask you this, right? Do you agree with Jackson Dart being a starting quarterback this week?
I look at it from the standpoint of the team owner. You about to lose some money, bro. You about to lose some money. People are not coming there to boo.
Yeah, I was thinking about that too. I was listening to, so I couldn't watch all the games. I can't watch all the games right now. I'm moving around doing the baseball stuff, but
Yeah.
I try to consume as much radio and highlights, kind of like how you do, as much as possible. And one note that I heard on Mad Dog Sports Radio, which was interesting, was that on 4th down, there was 4 downs for the Giants, and Russell Wilson literally threw out of bounds for 3 of the 4 of those 4th downs and didn't give the receiver a chance, right? Like you just hear that, and then the radio host was saying like, "Yo, when you go talk to Russell Wilson about why you're not starting, just show him those highlights. You're not even giving man a chance." I mean, from
No, you're not
week
even
one,
trying.
Malik Neighbors was pissed off, right? Week
Second
2,
quarter.
Cowboys, in the second quarter. In the second quarter.
No, he's a monster too. So I don't. The crowd's booing. You're about to do some sales. So now you're like, okay, they're chanting his name, and he gives you a little boost of new energy. He can run. But yeah, make sure he protects his body. But you're about to start losing some money. And this is New York. They're gonna let you know. They ain't. They'll let you know. I got a drive-by this one time in New York City. So they're gonna let you know. And like I said, once them fans start chanting, people ain't gonna show up then because that's garbage. That looked like hot garbage what they were doing. I was like, what the? It's like this college. What the fuck what am I watching
Yeah.
here?
Jackson's gonna give him a good like a good spark.
Yeah.
He's gonna give him a good spark. I watched him a little bit at Ole Miss, I believe. I wasn't the biggest fan of the skills translating. I mean, I think it was more like the decision making. But maybe he's got Jameis Winston there. He's got Russell Wilson there. Brian Dable. So this is the interesting thing before we move on to the next topic. Because I know we've been talking sports for a good portion of today. And it's cool because I love recapping the week in football. Postseason baseball is coming up. Postseason WNBA is going on right now. A'ja Wilson is won her 4th MVP before the age of 30, which is in a really good class
I didn't
of
know she was dating Bam Adebayo. I was like, that's gonna be
yeah,
one hell of athletic kid.
yeah, that's the route they decided to go.
Yeah.
But no, the thought I had was that to talk about to end out the sports recap with relation to the Giants, right? Brian Dable, he had a really good first year, and Daniel Jones, he went to the playoffs, and it was like, man, we found our guy, and yeah. Then the next year, Daniel Jones, lays an egg. Dable was like searching for answers. Now you got Russell Wilson. Daniel Jones goes to Indianapolis, and he's in a whole new environment, thriving. I mean, the Colts are like 3-0, and they're putting up numbers. And you see the owner, Ursay's daughter, on there with the headset on. She's listening to the plays.
Yeah.
She knows what's going on. She's tuned in. She's taking notes. She is committed. That's a committed organization. And because of that, Daniel Jones is a byproduct. Now I feel bad for my man Anthony, on the side.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
Richardson.
he's gonna be all right. Yeah, he's gonna be all right. But this is a contentious situation with New York because your coach may or may not be the guy. Now you
Yeah.
got to find out who's the guy at the quarterback. Now you got to find out because the edge rushers, like you said, Thibodeau and Burns, they putting pressure on
Lawrence
defense.
or Burns.
Lawrence and Burns. Is it Kayvon Thibodeau playing there too? Right from
I don't
Oregon?
know. I'm not 100%.
Yeah,
I
but
didn't know they were giving us problems.
yeah,
And to your point, even that GM messed up too.
yo,
So
100%.
that show was it Hard Knocks?
Yeah,
They're talking about like who? Oh man, Saquon. What kind of? Why would you say that you're your star running back? Hey man, we're gonna let you go out there and see what they're gonna pay for you. Then we'll see if we match it. If not, sorry, that. Don't give a fuck, really. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss everybody. My bad. But that's how it came off. I'm like talking to a grown man. You'll get whooped talking to somebody like that.
and then you
And even the
had
son's like, draft Jaden Daniels. You should have done this. You should have done that. And I was like, bro, your son even do it, and he should have been fired. And Dable. And then to your point, when Daniel Jones goes to a new system, that's another reason with the Giants. It's not just all Russell Wilson, right? It's the play calling. It's a scheme. Your passing coordinator, your rushing coordinator, everything. So they might both of them might be out next year. So especially Dable. Now he's probably a good quarterback, but there's something going on over there. That's not. And I like how you said about the coach, how they're listening, because she's probably monitoring what these coaches are doing, not just the players. They're like, okay, what are you doing? You know, you cheering? You start what I want to see everybody cheering. She's
yep,
watching them. So people are getting fired. It's gonna be a reduction in force.
the NFL gonna get dozed out. Yeah,
Hell yeah.
hey
The boys
man,
is tripping, boy.
hey man, we gonna
You
leave some doze.
gone? Nope. Give me your keys. Tell me what you do.
All right. What was funny, right? In the like in the transition phase here to our other topics, Ursay's daughter is listening and taking these intentful notes and really locked in and learned a lot lightly from her father and taking different approaches to understanding the game. Jerry Jones' family is like a part of the business too.
Of course.
But now we look at just looking at parenting, right? And looking at
Mm-hmm.
how a lot of the leaders today expose their kids to things as far as business. Like I was talking about allowing my son cutting the grass, and it gives them those educational opportunities. I personally believe there's a lot of educational opportunities in the digital landscape and the tools that they have at their disposal, like whether it's iPads, obviously television, YouTube, all the digital
Yeah.
platforms that they have. But then it also comes with like there's also consequences and there's repercussions and drawbacks on that, right? You're a father, I'm a father, so like tell me more about let's talk a little bit more about how you manage technology and maybe your parenting style too as well, how it all kind of meshes together.
Yeah, and I think I'm a regular parent. I think sometimes I let them on the TV too much, an iPad probably just too much. I'm like, go ahead, it's Saturday or something, go ahead and watch whatever. It's good for them because they do have good learning shows. I just like the last week, I told her, hey, she did something wrong. And I was like, hey, no, we're not doing that. I told you not to do that. Turn the TV off. And you would have think her parent died in a car accident or something, and she just found out. I was like, oh my goodness, like, are you that tied to the TV like that? She like threw a big old fist, started crying. I was like, it's a lot of screen time. And then she's asking about a phone. I'm trying to I want to reduce that so much. I think there's some kids at her school that actually have phones too already. And I'm like, that's way too early because she's already hooked on the TV, but on the phone. And she definitely ain't getting no social media for a while. But I think social media is good, I feel like, but I think there's a harmful aspect of it because I think I probably went through a phase where I was comparing myself to millions of people I don't know. I'm like, why is my life like that? And I started messing. I was like, wait a minute, be grateful for what I have. So if that happened to me at this age, or like when I was in my 20s on social media, what is that gonna do for a child? And that's the dangers I feel like social media and technology might have. It might have they're feeling not good enough because millions of people haven't commented, liked, shared, whatever. Um, So we try to reduce it. One thing we have her do is at least reading when she gets home, at least reading 20 minutes, and then her little ST Math, learn how to multiply, divide, just so she gets that extra work. And you know, school's not the only place where you get to learn and practice, right? You got to come home and do a little extra work too before she even like watches TV or does anything. Just so you know, she has an established routine around that stuff. Because I there's a good side to technology, but there's also that the danger of like I need it. Like it's so addicting, you know, that dopamine feeling for a child. I'm like, you gotta grow, and once you go play outside of something, right? So we have a cul-de-sac. We have a few kids, so they go out there and play, which is really good. Some people are just stuck in the house watching TV, and I don't think it's going to do more harm than good. Being on social media and gaming stuff. I mean, you can make connections. Don't get me wrong. You know, I'm messing people while gaming too, but there's also that harmful side too.
So you said you got a regular parenting style. How do you describe that?
I don't want to try. I don't want to try to control her too much. I'm not that lenient either. So, like I said, we created structure. Like, hey, you gotta do this. You gotta do this before you start enjoying yourself and relax. And that's all I mean. Nothing big. You know, just sometimes I'm like, okay, yeah, go ahead and watch the TV. Or you know, go ahead and get some ice cream. Hurry up before mom gets home or something like that. You know. So I think I'm pretty normal. I'm not structured at all. But I do put in some boundaries. Like, hey, you can't be doing that. Hey, you can't be talking like that. Just so she doesn't get too crazy. I think we all met someone that was over 21 that was just no one's told you no before. So I just want to make sure she's a decent human being when she goes out to that world.
Yeah, no, I like that because yesterday, we was picking up clippings from a bush that we were trimming, and I was teaching my son how to get low, right, and how to hinge at the hips, keep a flat back,
Yeah.
and you know, if you do the right position, you get up, you're gonna feel it in your glutes, your hamstrings, your quads. You don't want to feel it in your back because you know I've had back surgery, at L4, L5 microdiscectomy,
Mm-hmm.
and I still feel the impacts, I believe, of that to this day, to where my left side is like not always feeling as full, and I have like nerve pains and stuff. There's a
Mm-hmm.
lot of things that I have to manage, you know what I mean? Especially being a veteran. So
Yeah.
I know that my parenting style and your parenting style may be far from regular. And so it was funny because there was a time he was like, I'm like, yo, this is how you gotta pick it up and pretend like you're getting a ground ball. You know, you're going right, left, and you're dropping and you're hinging right, left, and then get as much leads as you can. Keep your arms straight out,
Mm-hmm.
and that's similar to how you want to tackle, right? You run it, you break down, you're hinging at the hips, and you kind of exploding from the glute,
Yeah.
and you're putting that shoulder and you're going across the body with your head, right? And he's like, that's not regular, and I'm like, nothing we doing here is. And my wife has some funny footage that I could probably share on here that through the door camera, and he was picking some leaves up and with some branches, and it was like a branch that was like pretty long. So I was like, look, see, you picking it up, you bring it center, and you get your elbow behind your shoulder, right? And I have the leaf, and I'm like, this is how you want to get back. So you get your arm behind your body so that you use your body to throw here. And I'm like doing that. So then when you pick up, you coming right, and then like I feel like, bro, I feel like I don't know. This is just me. Time goes by so fast. I heard in a
Mm-hmm.
audiobook that I'm reading or listening to, however you define it. However you can find the consumption of an audiobook, right? Reading the audiobook. But I listen to an audiobook, I'd be like, yeah, I read that book. You ain't gonna fool me. Yup. I read it.
And I use Chat GPT to summarize.
Oh yeah. Oh, that was an awesome book. I got emotional in chapter 3. Motherfucker read like 2 pages and shit.
That's how we did at West Point. That's what we did at West Point with papers. You're just looking for one quote,
Right.
one
Got it.
primary source. Got it. That's it. We got 1, 2, 3. Turn this shit in.
Turn the whole book report in. You turn the whole book report off in 1 page.
Go to the library, find 2 books, yo. Be like, I see one quote from here, yo.
But
Like I
no, it
read
was
that
a
shit.
book I'm listening to. It's
Oh
called True
shit. Oh,
North. It's a
man, you made
really
me choke.
open the book introduction. Let me get on this book assignment now. 30-page book report off of 1 page.
And 2 secondary sources. That's it.
The line I wanted to mention was, raising kids is not like a movie. You can't watch it back, right? We can't watch it over again. So it's just a one-time shot. And so I always feel sometimes, I don't know if it's obliged, pressured, whatever it is, it's like I want to try to maximize every opportunity we have together with like teaching things that I feel like I can share, right? NASA astronaut, so
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to, teach you how to maneuver in space. Like I can't teach you that, but I'm gonna try to
Yeah.
teach you everything that I know, and I'm also willing to say I don't know that. Let me go figure that out, and I'm gonna help you. And I was thinking about this yesterday too. Is like, because my kids they keep looking for the easy. You can't get to the easy without getting through the hard, bro.
Right.
It does not exist.
Mm-hmm.
Hard work is ubiquitous. It's the same everywhere. You know what I mean? It's a transferable property. Like you work hard here, you work hard in the army, like us, you're gonna be able to you could be a hell of a plumber if you wanted to. You know what I'm
It's still gonna be hard. There's gonna be lessons learned.
exactly. But now you make that hard work easy work. That hard work, you gotta get through the hard work to make the easy work. You can't, it doesn't go the other way around. It don't go easy work then hard work. You can't do that. You gotta
Yeah.
get the hard work to make the easy work. So
Yeah, no matter how successful, I think you're exactly right. No matter how successful you are, you still want them to have that little grind and not just easy street. Because I think Elena thinks money grows on trees around here. They this, they got that, they this. I mean, once they're a kid, but we also gotta teach them like, hey, you gotta work for this. You know what I mean? Like I deployed, I played football. I had a rucksack on my back. I earned this stuff. So they're, I'm glad they're in a position where I like the way I grew up, but there's also lessons learned the way I grew up. So I don't want her, at least Elena, I don't want her to be like, oh, this is easy. She's a girl though, so I'm kind of softer on her. But I also want to be like, hey, you gotta, work for this. That's why I have her in gymnastics. I have her swim, if anything. The reason I swim is because that swim class at West Point was no joke.
not at all.
Yeah, and it's funny because we listen to T.D. Jakes a lot. Remember he said that he's like some of the stuff you're going through ain't even about you. It's cool. Who's coming after you? I was like, that's how I think about swimming. I'm like, did I just go through that hell of swimming so I could put my daughter in swimming so she can be good? Um, I think about stuff like that, and it's very, very important. Just to activities, not so they can be great, but just so they can have the experience of working hard and being consistent and doing stuff like that. But yeah, you don't want to miss any opportunities. I try not to yell. That's one thing I'm working on, is not yelling anymore. I don't want her to shut down. I want her to talk and ask questions and stuff like that. But sometimes they'd be asking like 50 questions.
Right. Now, I like your perspective because you're raising your daughter, and I have two daughters, and one is 5 and 3, right? And I know that I have to be softer for them. Like you say, I can't yell, I can't uh, like be combative. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Physically, like I could with my son, he was doing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and he was doing swimming, but like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I can kind of grapple with him and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like my daughter, I want her to get into some self-defense stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what your take is on that, but I do believe that you have to have a different style for, you know, kids, because the kids are gonna be who they're gonna be.
Yeah.
We gonna be who we gonna be regardless, kind of in a way, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we have to help shape their experiences so that they can maximize the person that they're gonna be, right? So
Exactly, exactly. And I try to listen to her. She says she wants to do stuff, but I want to do jujitsu, but I think she's one of those like, I want that toy. Oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do that. So I'm like, you gotta be careful. Now I ain't trying to plan 5 activities where every day I gotta do something. Heck to the no.
yeah, let me ask you this, because I know we're gonna maybe we can save the sinners review for another time because
Yeah.
that's a loaded
A lot of
topic there.
messages in there.
Man, you need some WD-40 on your chair.
Nah,
Hey, your chair is screaming for help. Chair down there like, "Ah, shit."
Hold on. Man, she was loud. Now I just say that, yo. Oh man, I'm moving a lot too.
So I've been in this phase too for probably like the last maybe 2.5, maybe 2.5 weeks or so. I'm like, man, I'm being too cool with my kids. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes
Mm-hmm.
like they see me being too cool, too lax, too that. You know, my job isn't like I'm not a plumber, I'm not a construction worker, I'm not like on top of a roof. You know, if they say bring your parent to school like in career day or something, I probably talk about my army days more than like, my you can call it a
Absolutely.
white collar days now, right?
Yeah.
So, and not to say that, not to devalue the things that I do or what we do or anything like that, but how much are you aware of like how your kids see you, right? So when you're trying to chill, right? We trying to chill, we're trying to relax because I think just being a veteran too is like, yo, we've been doing this thing for 15 years,
Yeah.
like since the age of 18 for me till I was like 17, 18 till about damn 30, 30 damn two. You know what I'm saying? So about
Yeah.
14 years of that, I can't just turn that off. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I deliberately try to turn it off with ways of sitting back and relaxing. And I want to get into more of a meditative practice too, and try to do that with my kids. You mentioned your daughter comes home and reads for 20 minutes a day, and she does swimming. Are there activities or experiences that you have personally that are like align with what you have her doing, so that's like you set like an example, or like there's things she see you do that's like I'm trying to be like that.
She sees me going to the gym. She's like, "Dad, where you going? Go to the gym again? Oh, okay. Oh, you going outside?" So I think that's probably the easiest example because then she'll see me like, "Oh, okay, he's actually working," and then obviously the wife works out too. So she sees me. She's, "Oh, you going somewhere? Okay. Oh, yeah, Dad. Okay." And I took her on a walk one time, and she's like, "I want to go back inside." So I tried. So that's probably the most consistent thing. And then obviously I'm a OCD, at least with the living room, kitchen, and stuff like that. She knows I'm in cleaning mode. Let me go clean my room. So you gotta really be the example and set the example so they see it. You're doing it too as well. It's not sexy, but I can't have my kitchen and living room dirty. It drives me nuts. Especially you have somebody come over last minute. You be like, I gotta clean. But that's probably easy, the gym, and then yeah, working out. She see me do it, and then just taking her consistently to gymnastics and swimming. Sometimes she be like, "I don't want to swim." I'm like, "Nope, you're gonna get in that water."
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm saving you from a lifelong, probably like disaster event like I went through. Like, bro, oh my god, in the water. I want you to be able to survive, basically, and learn these life skills. So that's probably the only thing, well, the easiest thing that she sees me do consistently is the gym. And like I said, I don't want to. I'm trying not to be her friend, like you said too, as well. But I also don't want to be that controlling and strict parent. My parents were strict. You know what I mean? Whoopings. I think I got whoopings too. I was like, I don't know when they stopped. You know what I mean? I'm still scared of my dad. You know what I mean? To this day, in a good way, in a respectful way, right? Because I have so much respect. But back then, you knew if you had like bad grades, or you did something, you're gonna get that whooping, boy.
It's like you sitting on death row, bro.
And then if you got siblings, the sibling come like, we got you what?
Lethal injection.
Yeah,
Had to sit
but
in the electric chair and shit,
yeah,
talking in school. Now you right, because I'm trying to not do that either. I'm trying to create that good atmosphere where it creates trust, setting good examples. Like I
yeah.
said, going to the gym every morning, waking up, teaching how to cut. It was funny because he was struggling trying to push the lawnmower, like, but
You're
I'm
like,
like,
can I
it's
have that
hard.
sit down one? Nope.
No, you're gonna push this day. You got sit down money,
Just go get some old pair of shoes and meet me downstairs.
right? So I'm trying to get my daughter involved in what she does swimming too, and she's doing field hockey, and she has
Nice.
activities. She has a great connection with the mom and her grandmother. So,
Yeah.
like, also I think it's important that make sure they have that good support system, and it's not just you, right? Like, so I want to really talk about this too more extensively, and I think we could definitely bookmark it for another great conversation. Because
Hmm.
I even think about finances, right? How do we? So you're reconditioning the mind and body for overcoming fears, generational fears, and we can almost call them disabilities from swimming in our culture, right? I'm the same way. Like it's a culture shock when we have to go, hey, feet, go swim, don't 5 minutes, don't touch the sides. Like, what?
I'm struggling within 20 seconds.
We had to do that in West Point. Remember, we had a swim 5 minute show in the wave pool without touching the sides. In full gear? What?
I think I was the third person in, and I was second to last out because I couldn't get my pants on and make the little thing. Oh my!
I'm just talking about the 5 minute challenge where you had to swim for 5 minutes and not touch the sides. You remember that?
Yeah, I think I failed. I
You
almost
might
failed
have got.
swimming.
Yeah, I definitely failed swimming. I took it twice.
I did. I got a nice little solid D.
Yep, I got a D the second time.
I was happy too. I was like, "We going to sit."
But it took a lot. But yeah, miss, let's wrap more on the finance and maybe some more of the, we could bring up a West Point experience too. But I really enjoyed the sports recap, and I
Mm-hmm.
really enjoy speaking on the parenting style. It's almost therapy. You feel me? Because
Yeah.
you gotta feel like you in the community. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? And that's what Great Chillin is rejoicing in that perspective,
Yeah.
the
I would.
community perspective. You feel me?
Yeah. I would definitely. We should definitely probably revisit this topic and share like things that we should be teaching our kids right now. Whether that's saving money for them now, she has like a little piggy bank she's all excited about. Giving her tasks for money too. I do that a couple times. But yeah, it's hard. It's fine line. It's just like, do you be the friend or you be the dictator? It's kind of hard to be both. I think that's what America's trying to do right now. They're trying to be both. They're trying to, hey
Hey,
guys,
it's
look
a
at this
great area.
football.
It's a great
Dog, get
area.
out of here.
It's a perfect time for great chilling, bro. It's a
Yeah,
great area,
exactly.
right?
Yeah.
Because you do gotta be a dictator sometimes. Like, no. Yeah, because sometimes I'm too soft, right? Like, yo, no, you said no. You're gonna be 21 years old, and then you learn like no for the first time from somebody. Like, but then you also gotta be that mediator, that like person that like, hey, the friend, not friend, but the person that you can really trust and be like, hey, I need someone to talk to without judgment. You know what I mean? Because that's the
Yeah.
biggest, especially as parents. We're gonna be like, well, then you do that. They're not gonna talk to you.
Yeah,
know what I'm
exactly. They won't open up to you. They won't tell you what's going on because I want that communication, and it is a gray area. Man.
Yeah, well, that's why we got Great Chillin, man. So next time, little finance with kids, maybe some experiences from West Point. We got the Sinners movie review, Charlie Sheen doc review, sports recap. It's never ending.
The Pun's origin story. Oh my gosh.
The Pun's origin story, and what that stands for and what that represents, and it's still ongoing. So, Mr. Donovan Travis, Hall of Famer, we appreciate you always joining Great Chillin, man.
Thanks for having me.
Great Chillin, man.